Episode 8. Is it still alive? Every tree starts out as a seed, small, easy to overlook. In this episode, I want to begin with a question. Question I think many of us have whispered in quiet seasons of our lives. Is my dream still alive? The thing that God showed me, is it still going to happen? Think of your dream as a seed, yeah? A seed usually comes from something that has already grown. Tells you that a mature fruit can still carry a beginning. What looks finished can still carry a gain. What looks like the end can still hold continuation. From your dream to the actual reality or manifestation is an entire journey. It's a process. And honestly, it's not the beginning that breaks most people. Most times, it's not even the ending. It's the middle part. So this is how I picture it. The beginning is the seed. The middle is the process. And the end is where you have your harvest. Welcome to episode 8. My name is Kemi. Actually, it is Oluwakemi. And today we're talking about the process we go through before the manifestation of our dreams or visions. Thing is, seed usually comes from something that has already grown, because it's like God is saying, this is not ending, this is continuing. I read something recently that really intrigued me. Researchers revived a tree from a dormant seed. A Judean date palm sprouted from a seed that was about 2,000 years old. 2,000 years. And it still carried life. See, don't insult your seed because it looks small. Don't dismiss what God has placed in your hands because it's still in the beginning form. It could be an idea forming in your mind, a sentence that won't leave you alone. It could be a book title, a melody, a burden, a nudge. Pay attention to your mind, because sometimes the first evidence that something is alive is that it keeps returning. You can't shake it off. Pay attention to it. Now, when you take hold of that idea, you're excited about it. You can't wait to write your first book. You already see the headline, bestseller on Amazon, which is great. But there is a process. Your idea, which is the seed, will most likely go through a transition. In fact, this is where many dreams die. Not because God changed his mind, but because we don't understand what is happening. So let me explain it through the seed again. A seed doesn't become a tree, doesn't become a forest by staying the same. It has to be planted. It has to be buried. And once it is buried, it looks like it's no longer performing. It's not proving anything to anybody. It's just closed. And that season can feel like delay. It can feel like silence. It can feel like, nothing is working. But if you look closely, you would see that the seed is breaking open. The old form is letting go. And that's what makes room for the new thing. So yes, newness often requires death first. It is still alive even though it is a transition. And it's interesting that transition usually happens in the dark. And darkness doesn't always mean failure. Sometimes the hardest thing is knowing something in your heart and watching it take root when nobody can see it, away from sunlight, away from applause. So if you're in the dark season, don't panic. Ask a question, ask a better question. What is God rooting in me? What is this transition period that I'm going through? Because rooting in the dark is not passive. It can look like refusing to speak death over what God has planted, not saying negative things over your seed. Rooting can also look like forgiveness. God might be calling you in this season to forgive the people that have truly hurt you. It might look like love is demanding you love, is demanding that you love, that you give love to people that truly might not deserve it. It might be demanding kindness from you, consistency. Because faith is not only believing that God will do it, it is also becoming the kind of person who can carry it. And then one day, it sprouts. It will sprout. And this part can shock you because the signs start small, very small, but they are real. In Isaiah 43:19, it says, I'm about to do a new thing. Now it will spring forth. Does that not sound like a seed that is suddenly springing forth? And when it springs forth, it's not only that you step into a new season, you realize that you have been changed too. You don't just enter into the new, you have become the new. Your reactions are different, your response is so different, your patience is deeper, your joy is full, your discernment is sharper, your capacity has increased. There are things you can carry now that you could not carry before. And people around you can tell something has come alive. And that's when the question finally gets answered. Yes, your dream is alive. So if you're listening and you're in the middle part, feels like it's buried, like in the dark season, and you're wondering if your seed, if your dream is still alive, hold on. Transition is happening. Rooting is happening. So never forget that God has redeemed you, called you by name, and declared that you belong to Him. Thank you for listening to episode 8, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.